Hi, this is Sherry. I am coming at you for Angel's Whisper, and we're going to be doing our reading, today out on my little patio. We're out here in my little Zen garden because I got a little tied up, and it's a little kind of weird weather we've got out there. It's kind of humid, but oh, babes, you're not allowed to go out. This little kitten keeps trying to escape. Sorry, baby. You got to go in the house. She wants to join, but I suppose that should be our first totem, but it's not. Okay, the deck that we're going to be using is, here, hold on, I got things set up here. We're going to be using Feathered Omens, Messengers from the Spirit World, Ted Andrews. I know we've been using him a lot. I like him. I'm very connected to the birds right now, the bird messengers. They've been coming to me a lot, so... and they've been very clear. The messages from Bird have been really clear. So I'm going to continue to use this deck for a little while. So I hope you guys don't mind. We might have a couple of repeats from a couple of weeks ago. I think there's a couple in here. And this is actually a larger reading than normal. I'm using, oops, the light's on my eyes, sorry. I'm using... a lot of cards today because a lot of messages wanted to be spoken up. Before we start that though, I want to tell you that you guys are going to laugh. I am not changing my name. I've been advised and guided to leave it as it is for now. My name is Sherry Columbus. So here we go back again. It sounds ridiculous going up and down and all over the place. I think it was just what I'm really getting a message about is what are you willing to do? My question from Spirit was, are you willing to change your name? And I said yes. Also, it's about, sometimes we think we're going in a direction. Sometimes we're following our guidance and our messages, and we're going in a certain direction. And then Spirit says, okay, switcheroo, we're going to go the other direction. So for me, it's been a lot of flexibility. Are you willing to be flexible? Are you willing to compromise? Are you willing to, first be heading in one direction and then listen to our guidance and turn in the other? So... I can't give you all of the reasons. I came across several blocks, and I had some messages come to me in my dreams, and I trust my dreams more than I trust anything. So, suffice it to say, Sherry Columbus is who I am. So, that's what's on all of my website, my Google, my Twitter, my LinkedIn, my Facebook. Wow, there's our first totem. That is amazing. Hello, little hummingbird. You guys see her? Yay! Hummingbird totem, accomplishing what might seem impossible to others, or even to yourself. The hummingbird is the only bird that can fly backwards, also fly completely still. So, as I was just saying, sometimes we're being asked to step back or go backwards in our plans, which is what I was just told to do with my name change. Also, wasn't that cool? Also, the hummingbird speaks about grabbing the joys in life, grabbing the nectar, the sweetness from life. How awesome to get a totem right like that. I love it. I love my little deck here. That's another thing about moving. I'll bring that up in our reading. I'll bring that up. We have another totem behind me, the owl, and we'll speak about that too if I can remember. But I got a lot of cards to get through. So the first one, and I think we'll do this facing the Buddha. The first message is from the eagle. And basically it's saying spirit vision and healing surround you. And so the eagle, one of the largest birds of prey, and it's seen as the sacred symbol and a symbol of authority, a spiritual symbol. Sorry, is the light on it too much there? It's definitely seen as a symbol of authority. Also vision and healing, the eagle eyes, right? Eagles see from a great distance. Again, this is one of the ones where it speaks about to whom much is given, much is expected. So this is what the message is coming forward here at this time. And it's a time of power. And it's a time where people are going to expect more from us than possibly they ever have before. But we're going to be able to handle it. It's something that we're going to be able to do. Like I said, it wouldn't be asked, oh, this is a new one. This is a new baby. That's a baby hummingbird. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to just continue with this message. I get so excited when I see them. So basically what they're saying is that the eagle type reflects a need. Look at her standing still in the air like that. Oh my gosh. It's take a look at things from a new perspective, take a different course of action in order for your life. Oh my goodness. I'm just going to look at this way, I guess. In order for your life to unfold in a different way. And finally, it's saying that yourself as well as others are being made aware of your potential. So people are starting to recognize who you are and what you've got to offer. And they're asking, Spirit is asking, are you willing to follow your vision? Are you willing to follow your guidance, even to the point of being scorched? Kind of like when they asked me to change my name. That was a big thing for me to do, you know, and I was excited about it. I was embracing it, honoring my mother, letting go of my ex-husband, whose name it is, but apparently that's who I guess I've grown into that name right now, and I think maybe my name will change in the future, but it's about willing to, you know, go the distance. Are you willing to go to the distance? And it talks about there's going to be a new healing and a new life that is going to be unfolding for us. It talks about, like I said, eagle vision, eagle eyes, right? The eagles see 10 times better than humans, and so we're being asked to look at things through the eyes of the eagle. And so it talks about you're going to have the gifts of the eagle with you. So you're going to be able to see things better than, I keep looking up because I keep seeing more totems. You're going to be able to see things better than you have been. So things that have been murky, things that have been unclear are going to start becoming clear over the next several days. And the vision that we have, it's not just going to be, it's going to be far-reaching. It's not just going to be the vision of the present and the future. It's going to be of the past. You're going to be looking into things that happened in the past, and you're going to be understanding them more. And so what they're telling you is trust in this, because when the eagle comes, that's a very, very powerful totem. So that's our first message. The next message is coming to us from, let's see, get this next one. Everything is like falling for me, I'm sorry. Okay, the next one we have, let's go back this way again, and it's penguin. Haha, trust in your dreams. See, pay attention to your dreams. It talks about the penguin. You know, you think of the penguin, it's got wings, but they don't fly. They can fly like maybe 10 feet, but they're not flyers. They're meant to help them go through the water, and they go through the water very smoothly, just as fast and fluidly as other birds are able to fly through the sky. So the water speaks about your dreams, your dream dimension. And it talks about a time that your dreams are going to be very, very powerful. A time when it's time to act on your dreams. And it talks about penguins. You know, have you ever seen penguins? They jump. They can jump like, I know a lot of us have seen those Facebook, those funny things about the Facebook things when the penguin's walking along and he smacks the other one. But have you ever seen that they can jump like 4 to 5 feet and into the water, and they land on their feet? I mean, out of the water. They come out of the ice and they go, they're just like, whoop, out of the water, and they land on their feet. So take a look at this little buddy. They're talking about right now, now's the time to leap and pursue your dreams. So he's landed on the rock here. And it's saying that your nighttime dreams are going to be very lucid, very colorful. And you can trust the guidance that you're going to get from these dreams. I mean, I trust my dreams implicitly. Like I said, that's what I make pretty much. If Spirit wants to give me a message, and if Spirit wants to shift my direction, and it comes in a dream, I listen. That's where my dream time is the most important for me. So they're telling you that we can use our dream time to solve issues and problems. I did this last night. I went to sleep and I said, okay, I'm asking for this, this, and this. This is what I'm looking for. And I was given the most lucid dreams. They were incredible. Totally cleared up some things that I was looking into, showed me things that I had been making missteps on. And so they're saying trust in them. This is a time when you've asked for the opportunity to work with your dreams, and now the time has come. So I have asked, and it came, and I definitely trust it. So that's that message. The next message is, let's see. All right, just a second here. Justin Timberlake is saying, I'm bringing sexy back. That sounds good to me. Okay, the next message we have is Raven. The Raven is, you know, Raven's got a lot of issues. Not issues, but a lot of folklore and a lot of mixed interpretations surrounding it. You know, my friends are at Dark Songs right now in Wisconsin. It's a musical event that happens in the fall, and it's always their whole thing, the Raven. It's always, you know, Edgar Allan Poe's, you know, the Raven, and it's all kind of steeped in kind of dark mystery. But for us, the raven is a bird of death and magic. So for us, it's magic. And when it appears, it's talking about bringing light to the darkness. So it's bringing light into issues in your life. There's doors opening between worlds. There's shape-shifting. The ravens are the shape-shifters. And now's the time to wait for action. Wait. Now's not the time to wait. Now it is time for you to take action and not wait for others. This is a time for you to act on the messages that you get. This is a time for you to move forward. They're saying that you need to put forth the tools that you have been given and put them to use. And it talks about when the raven comes to you, it talks about things are up to you to make things work. You don't wait for others to step in. Now's the time for you we are shaping our world, and you're being given opportunities. Doors are opening between the realms, but it's up to us to move this magic. It's up to us to step in and change our life, because we're the ones that are creating our lives by the way that we feel, the way that we think, the way that we're acting. And they're saying, take opportunity and take the lead. You need to take the lead at this time in your life. What is it that you want? I put a post out today, and it talked about, what was it? I was saying how sometimes we follow, and sometimes, we get so stuck on our guidance and our cards and our messages that even myself as a reader, I was saying to my friend Rob, it gets difficult as a reader. I look at my cards and I think, oh well, I guess this is what's supposed to be happening. This is what I'm getting consistently, but my heart is telling me something else. And sometimes we need to tell the universe how it's going to be. Sometimes we need to pay more attention to what's happening in our dream state, and listen to what our heart is truly saying. And if our heart's not resonating and connecting with the messages that we're getting in cards or readings from messages from other people, then that's not our message. We need to listen to our heart. And sometimes, like I said, take the bull by the horns and say to the universe, you know what? This is my life, and this is what I choose, and this is what I'm going to do. So always when you get these readings, don't rely on what I tell you. Don't rely on what any reader tells you. Don't rely on the cards only. You must have it resonate with your heart and with everything. You put everything together, and as a package, you get the full message. Because this is guidance. These are clues. You've got to figure out how to put it together and put it to work in your life. That's how you can't just have somebody else pull cards for you and tell you what's going to go on and what's going to happen and what you're supposed to do in your life. You need to take all the clues that Spirit brings you, along with the messages that you're getting, along with your higher self, and you create your future. So there's magic that's happening right now. It's awakened. So this is what Raven is bringing forward. So the next message, let's see, I've got a lot, and I'm moving quickly because we have so many. How can I do this? Sorry. There are a couple in here, like I said, that we've had before, but they're cool ones. So I thought, heck, if they're going to focus on this, I'm going to bring them out. So what they say right now is the Swan. Again, we've got messages, like they were saying, that we've got stuff that's coming forward, right? We've got doors and realms to the world opening up. I'm dropping my cards, sorry. Here, I'm going to let you look this way while I organize. That's better than watching me bending down and picking up all this stuff. So what they're saying right now is we've got the Swan. And the Swan is about transformation. And it talks about magical realms are opening at this time. The Swan is the largest, most graceful of the waterfowl. And when she appears, new dreams are about to open. She encourages us to hold on and try new things while holding on to the present circumstances. So this is good for me. That's my next segue in. I was going to be moving, right? I kept getting from Spirit, move. Remember? I kept saying that I kept getting migration. Now is the time for you to move forward. But every time I tried to make a move forward, I get blocked. And I thought, I don't understand what's going on. Well, that's one of the messages. There was something that it was telling me, something about movement in my life, but it wasn't necessarily how I understood it. It was movement forward in a certain aspect of my life, but not necessarily move. So when we look at the Swan is saying to stay where you're at right now, hold on to your present securities while you're trying new things. You can get your feet wet, but there's no need to jump into everything new right now. Everything that comes into your life over the next month, they talk about doors opening and being open for a little while. So there's no need to panic. It also talks about opportunities coming and and opening up realms of opportunities for adventure, opportunities for new business associates, new whatever it is that is going to start coming to you. They're wanting you to pay attention over the next month to see these different things that are coming. And they're saying that, hold on, my other card just fell. They're talking about the time for you to move on it is coming soon. So remember when I kept getting it's time to move, it's time to move, time to move. It wasn't necessarily time to move yet. It was a message that it's coming. So they're saying, you know, don't worry, don't panic over the next month. But these opportunities of movement are coming to you, and they won't pass you by, and you'll be able to jump onto it. And basically, it's going to unfold at the perfect time for you. Okay, so the next message, I think we have 2 left, and we've had this one before. Yes. Where did it go? And it's courtship and mating. So, courtship and mating. Where did the card? Sorry, I'm picking them all up and I've got them out of order. Okay, so basically here we are. Courtship and mating, and we're seeing the crane. New relationships developing. We have had this recently, but this is important. It talks about still, right now, the animal's first need is for food. The second is to mate. So it talks about survival. So it talks about a time of procreation, so moving forward in your own creativity in your life. It talks about a time where there's a rhythm of creative energies that are higher. And it's basically saying that that's what's going on right now. Our creative rhythms are growing, and they're going to continue to grow over the next several months. So, you know, we're not to panic. They're coming forward for you. So this is a time when we're being told to embrace all the relationships in our life, no matter how temporary they might be. Anybody that comes into our life at this time, pay attention to them. They're there for a reason. Oh, we just had another hummingbird. Man, there's so many hummingbirds. That's, you know, they haven't been coming to my, I've only seen like maybe 1 or 2 come to the feeder. So for them to keep coming, this is a really, really positive sign for the hummingbird accomplishing what we might think is impossible. So back to the relationships. They're saying that this is a time where business relationships and personal relationships, romantic relationships, they're all taking priority now, right now. They're talking about don't ignore these relationships. This is a time when people are drawn to you. This is a time when people are going to listen to you. This is a time when people will attend to your needs. They're going to hear you. They'll hear your ideas. So it's talking about, you know, as we got, this is a time of creativity. Oh, there's another. This is a time to not hold back your enthusiasm. It's contagious. This is a time where we should celebrate. And as we see, I'm going to hold it this way. Oh, I guess you can't see it that way. These guys are known for their dancing. They do this beautiful dance, this courtship dance. So they're talking about a time to celebrate and dance for who you are and what is yours. And what is yours will not pass you. What is yours won't go past you. You will not lose what is yours. This is a time for embracing what is yours. And we are creating our own lives. So you put out there what it is that you want to draw to you, and you hold on to that. You focus your attention and your intention on what it is that you want to bring into your life, and you dance and you embrace the people that come into your life. The new relationships that are developing in your life right now are very important. As I said, no matter how temporary they are, because this is a very, very fertile time. And I think we have one last message. Gosh, I love this song that's playing right now. Have you heard it? Adam Levine's Would You Still Love Me the Same? I love this. I love this song. I love the music. I have it playing in the background because it brings me messages. Yes, I would still love you the same, no matter if you had any money or not. That's what the question is. Okay, so our last message is interesting because it's migration. Time to make a move, but it's in reverse. So see, remember when I kept getting migration. Now this card deck is a deck that's in reverse. So sometimes the cards they have a meaning in one direction, and then they have a meaning in a different direction. So I kept getting it, and I kept thinking I have to move, and I kept looking, and I was like, geez, look at this patio. Liker comes out here. He has his own catnip. It's very zen. The garbage right there I'm not thrilled with. I'm going to put a shade thing there, but I've put this up here. You know, I've got all this here. I've got my little patio, and I've got all this beautiful, my wind chimes, and I've got my fountain that I'm going to move, but I've got this chair. Look at this chair. I love this chair. I love to rock. I said to Spirit, I want a rocking chair, and bam, I got one, super cheap, and it's really comfy. So I have all this stuff, and I set my house up, and my house is really cute, and I thought, geez, you know, I'm supposed to move, and you know, you think, you just moved there and you're going to move again, but you don't understand. When I get messages from Spirit, they're very, very important, they're very, very accurate, and I move on what Spirit tells me. So I kept doing, you know, trying to find a new place to go, and it wasn't happening. I was getting blocked. I would get, make a move. So then I would go out there, and I had this condo I was going to get, and I completely got a block. And then I did another reading, and I got more messages in my dreams, and they said not yet. And I thought, okay, I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. So I said, you need to be a little bit more specific. Well, specifically was, don't pay attention to where the cards fall. And I thought, oh, so the card was flipping the wrong way. If this was an upright deck, I would have gotten the migration moving to move forward, but this is in reverse. So now it's saying in reverse, there are times to remain still. As frustrating as it is right now, there are certain things in your life that you need to stay put. You'll know what it is. And then they're saying that there are things that need to be resolved. There are things that you know, loose ends that need to be tied up. And not to force any new movement. And they said if you do any forcing of movement, it's going to come back to haunt you. So it's all about slow movement, facing what needs to be faced, resolving old issues. Take care to face the things that might be difficult, because moves are difficult as it is. You know, there's a lot of undertaking when you go to make a move. There's so many things to take into consideration. You know, your address change, your driver's license change, your moving all the stuff and unpacking and packing and everything being reset up in a new location. There's a lot of, you know, it's stressful. It's also very stressful to be uprooted from your home. That's the one thing that I was getting, was that I was thinking, man, you know, I've been undergoing a lot of stress. And in this house, it wasn't a very copacetic environment to my peaceful setting because of the people that were living here. But instead of me moving, Spirit has moved everyone else out. One by one, they're all moving out. The last guy's moving out at the end of the month. And the person, and remember, I wrote, I don't know if you guys saw it, but I literally wrote a big post, and I said, you know, I'm feeling very defeated. I'm feeling like, you know, what am I supposed to do? I'm stuck here, and I can't move forward, and you want me to move, and it's not a good environment, you know. And I went about, I don't know, I just kind of went on automatic pilot, and I listened to my higher self, and I started to clean the house. I went mad. I went through the whole house from top to bottom. I went up the stairs. I rent a studio. It's a very large studio, and I have my own refrigerator, and I have access to a kitchen, which I never went in because it was always messy. And there's a little living room in there, and the guy had his tools in there. I mean, it was, you know, he's got his, what are those, Craftsman tool boxes on wheels in there, and he's got wooden toolboxes, and it's like, no, I was never going in there. But he's moving. And I got to tell you, too, he's the fellow that I was going to rent the condo with. He's an older fellow, really sweet guy. We get along great. He's wonderful. He's on Social Security, and so I was going to rent a condo, and I was going to rent him a room. And I had the most beautiful setting. I had a water view. I had a big, open, spacious place. And I was really, really excited about moving, and I got blocked. And it was interesting because right before I got blocked, I got a message that said, heavenly forces will block you from making a misstep. And when it happened, I have to tell you the truth, I was really disappointed. And I thought, what the heck, you know? You tell me to move, I find this amazing place, and now it's done. And he couldn't wait. He had to get out of his little room, and he found himself another place, so he was leaving. Well, for the last 2 weeks, it's just been he and I, the only ones left in this house, and there's usually 4 tenants that are in this kind of condo kind of setting. And I have discovered that, and it's okay for me to talk right now, nobody's home but me. He is the one who was making the mess. He's a hoarder. He's a disaster. He's a sweet guy, but oh my God, the misstep that I was saved for making was moving in and getting into a lease with somebody like that. It would have driven me crazy. So what I did that other morning was I got up and I started cleaning the house from top to bottom, and I scrubbed the floors. I scrubbed the kitchen 6 times. I scrubbed the kitchen floor. I told you I'm a little OCD. But I did the stairs, the hardwood stairs, all the way up, my floors, and the landlord was here that day, and she came, and I got up at 8:30 in the morning, and I worked until probably 6, scrubbing and cleaning, and the place was just immaculate. It didn't even look like the same place. And people had been coming to see the house, you know, for a few days, and, you know, they took one look and thought, forget it, you know, the way it was. So the landlord comes in and takes a look, and she doesn't say anything. She just kind of looks at it, and no thank you, no nothing. There's another hummingbird accomplishing what seems impossible. And the reason I'm telling you this whole story is because this is when I told the universe. I said to the universe, you know what? Liger's comfortable here. I'm comfortable here. I'm set up here. I'm going to clean this place, and I'm going to change the atmosphere. I'm getting all the old is going out, and I'm gonna ask the universe, please bring in somebody that's clean. And so she takes a look at everything, and she looks at me, and she says, it's not my responsibility to keep this place clean. And I said, yeah, but you can rent to people that don't put their tools in the living room, you know? And all she cares about, she's a slumlord millionaire, pretty much. Doesn't know that she's not in a third world country anymore. Not nice to say, but it's literally the facts. So what's nice about her is that she just kind of lets us do whatever we want once we're in here. She lives in LA, and we just kind of have our own place. So it's like our own home. So I was kind of defeated. You know, I'd worked all day long, and I didn't get any thanks for it, and it felt like nothing was going to change. So I literally sat down at my computer, and I said, wow, you know, I'm feeling defeated. I said, can I leave now, please? Are you going to let me leave now, please? Or are you going to allow somebody clean to move in? And literally 5 minutes later, a man drove up. Super cool guy, really friendly, probably about the same age as me. He's all tatted up, super free spirit, great guy. And he says to me, oh, that was interesting. The light came on right then. How interesting. That's a message. Light came on. I find that very intriguing. And it's not going away. Okay, we'll leave it. So he's a free spirit, and he says to me, I got to tell you, I have a little bit of OCD when it comes to cleanliness. And I said, thank you, God. And I looked at him and all of his tattoos, and I said, just tell me you're not going to put a motorcycle in the freaking living room. And he says, I don't even have a motorcycle. And he goes, but if I did, I wouldn't be putting it in the living room. I have beautiful leather furniture, and how would you like to decorate this little living room? And I'm like, right on. And he takes a look around. He goes into my suite, and he goes, wow, your place is amazing. I love the Nag Chamba. I love the whole ambience of this. This is great. He goes, you know, we should deck out this little patio really sweet. He goes, what do you think? You know, we can do it together, and that way we can maybe control how things go down here. And I thought, thank you, universe, for answering me in literally 5 minutes. So, but what I did was I followed my own intuition, right? I decided, okay, look, I keep being told to move. You're blocking me. I'm staying here temporarily, I guess, anyway. So I'm going to take this in my hands, and I'm going to put the energy into this place, work my fingers to the bone, and change the atmosphere and the energy in here. And it did. It shifted, and in comes this guy. So when you get migration in reverse, it's telling you, resolve what needs to be resolved, face the old issues. You're being given the opportunity to do so. So I'm clearly doing that here. I may not be staying here for long, but in your life, it may be a situation that's similar. And they're saying, you know, it's really hard to go and carry your old baggage with you to the new place. So clear out all the old baggage where you're at right now before you decide to move forward. And they're saying, you know, before you know it, things will be moving forward, but it's better to not force the issue right at this time. Anything forced is going to come back to haunt you, which goes with the other message we got. And I've been getting the dogs howling. There's another message for us right now, dog totem. Okay, so the dogs howling. I had the computer guy come today, and the dogs were barking and barking and barking. And I said, you know, you feel like shooting a dog right now? And he laughs, and I said, you know, I love animals, I really do, but howling and barking dogs drive me crazy. So I was trying to think, you know, of it from a different perspective, and I thought protection. You think of the dog totem, and they were barking at him because he was not supposed to be here. This was my house, and he was there, and they didn't know him. They're not even my dogs. So I thought there's hidden protection around for me right now, which is the message. So when you hear a dog totem barking, that's what it's saying to you. It's either saying pay attention to something that you're saying right then, which when I was speaking, when they started to bark, I was saying, don't force any issues right now. They'll come back to haunt you. So that was a message, because you got to pay attention to what the animal totem is saying, what you were talking about right when the animal totem appears or makes his move. So hidden protection, don't make any moves right now. They also talk about loyalty and friendship and unconditional love. All the messages that you can think of about how a dog, what a dog does for you and how you feel with a dog, that's the messages from Dog Totem. So they're saying stay loyal to your course, stay loyal to the ones you love, recognize that you perhaps need to be the hidden protector of someone, or someone is a hidden protector for you. Spirit is probably protecting you hidden. They were protecting me from making a misstep, and I am very, very grateful. And we get to enjoy our little Zen patio for a little while longer. And that's it as far as the messages that we have for our reading. And